know, especially after today, I felt like, you know, this past 4 or 5 days have been very good for us. You know, obviously we had a lot to do in Brazil, and you know, part of that trip was about helping the NBA grow the brand and participating in events and in activities that brought people a little bit closer together from all over the world through the game of basketball, which is, I think, one of the most important things that we do. We were able to get a couple of good practices in. We did have a very good game with the Miami Heat that was competitive and telling in terms of the good and the bad of where we stand right now. And we came back today, and we had a heck of a good practice, which is not easy after the kind of trip that we just made. You know, I really was really happy with the way the guys responded, and the effort that they put forth to get ourselves back on our feet immediately. Since you know we play tomorrow, and have several games in the next week.
How do you space things out in terms of the workload for LeBron or whoever with 3 or 4 games this week?
Yeah, we'll take a good look at that. I suspect that we will rotate certain players in terms of their participation, both in terms of the length that they'll play during the games and in terms of the games themselves. You know, we may rest guys. We'll see.
Do you know what day LeBron will rest?
No, I don't right now, but I don't think that he'll play all of the games in the next week.
What does that trip do for you as far as you got so many new people, including yourself, as far as camaraderie and guys getting to know each other, being forced to be around each other, and not just going back home?
You know, we have a good group to begin with, to be honest with you. So the first 10 days that we spent together in camp here, we were already on our way to becoming a team from within, going outside of our borders and really spending 24 hours a day together in a different but very fun and exciting place was good for us. And we managed to play some basketball too, which gave everybody a good feeling. But you know, it was a very positive trip. It was a very positive trip for our guys. It was a great experience to be with Andy in that environment. I think both the Miami Heat and the Cavaliers did the NBA well in terms of how we approach things, and that is part of our responsibility. And you know, overall, just a real positive feeling about the trip.
What's the status on Kyrie right now?
Kyrie moved around a good bit today, not in live practice, but in terms of the drills that we had, and that's a good sign. You know, he's coming along. We're not going to rush it. We're being careful because we want him back on his feet, full strength. But he did take a step forward today, no question.
So you figuring he's not going to play this week?
Probably later in the week. You know, we'll be able to. You know, I personally don't want to see him step into a game before he's been on the practice floor in live play. And if we have a chance to practice him 5-on-5 and for him to play in the game type situation before we put him into an actual match, then we will. Hopefully that'll take place at the end of this week.
It's early, obviously, but how did the offense change without Kyrie?
Well, you know, listen, Kyrie's a special player, and obviously he gives us certain things that are hard to find anywhere else. But I thought we did okay offensively. You know, we missed him, but on the other hand, I thought we executed pretty well, and you know, we managed to score the ball, which is a good thing.
I understand if LeBron doesn't play in one of these road exhibitions that I have some unhappy fans.
You know, he may not play at home, too. And that'll really make some unhappy fans. And you just know who they're coming to when that happens, don't you? Listen, you know, we know and we recognize the importance of all of the players playing, particularly your marquee players that so many fans want to see, and we're conscious of that and we're sensitive to that. On the other hand, you know, like I said before, this is a marathon and not a sprint, and we really have to try to do the right thing for our guys and for the right thing for our season in terms of how we manage the minutes and manage the opportunity to perhaps give a guy a little bit of a break. But I can promise you I don't do it on purpose against anybody. If it does happen, that's not the intent at all.
The limited sample size you've had so far, the way when LeBron's on the court with Kyrie's there, especially, and Kevin, have you seen ways where he shoulders less of a load?
LeBron, you mean? Yeah, naturally. You know, and I think that LeBron is, well, I know that he's smart enough to recognize where that can actually help him. You know, I've said this before, from a basketball IQ standpoint, as rare as LeBron is as a player, his mental approach and his intelligence about the game is every bit as unique.
Did you get a greater appreciation of his passing ability when you saw
Oh, I always appreciated his passing ability, and I've seen that from day one. You know, and LeBron is a guy that sees the floor and is a willing passer. And by the way, I think our team as a whole is a group of willing passers, and that's a tremendous thing to have on your club.
Does Kyrie or LeBron on a daily basis surprise you with a move that you do?
Oh yeah, every day, every single day. That's, you know, I'm a basketball coach, but like everyone that loves this game, I'm a fan too, and we see things every day that make you smile.
What was your favorite part of the trip? Maybe not basketball-wise, just.
I didn't understand it, but when Andy spoke to the fans before the game, and I just saw the appreciation that they had for Andy, and I saw his respect to the Brazilian crowd and people, and then the kind of reception that he received after he spoke. It was heartwarming.